In Wrong Turn, 2003, the story begins in the secluded wilderness of West Virginia where climbers Hallie and Rich encounter an ominous fate. Hallie reaches the summit first only to discover Rich's robe stained with blood after hearing a mysterious noise. Before she can comprehend the situation, Hallie is violently pulled down and falls to her demise, marking the beginning of the film's dark events. The narrative then transitions to Chris Flynn, a medical student en route to Raleigh, North Carolina for a job interview. Due to a chemical spill, Chris decides to take a shortcut via the unpaved Bear Mountain Road, leading him deeper into the woods. As Chris speeds down the dirt path, he crashes into a stationary SUV occupied by a group of 5 friends: Jesse, coping with a recent heartbreak, Carly and Scott, a fun-loving couple, and Evan and Francine, who are more adventurous. Chris learns from the group that barbed wire was intentionally placed on the road, causing their accident. Faced with no cell reception or vehicles passing by, the friends make a perilous choice to split up. Chris, Jesse, Carly, and Scott venture into the woods in search of help while Evan and Francine remain with the wrecked SUV, a critical decision that leads them into danger. Their fate becomes apparent when Evan, resting by the car, mistakenly believes he hears wildlife. His moment of relaxation is shattered when a sharp object pierces his chest, resulting in his brutal demise as he is dragged away by an unseen menace. Francine is left in ignorance until she steps over Evan's severed ear. Before she can react, she becomes a victim of a brutal attack as barbed wire wraps around her neck, yanking her into the shadows of the forest. Their deaths are swift, shocking, and utterly unexpected. Meanwhile, Chris, Jesse, Carly, and Scott find a creepy abandoned cabin while searching for assistance. Ignoring their unease, they enter the cabin where they discover horrendous evidence of past horrors, suggesting that they may not be as safe as they thought. As the plot unfolds, the group faces an ominous and relentless threat from unseen attackers in the deep wild woods, a place where survival becomes increasingly uncertain amid the mounting terrors. The film intertwines themes of human vulnerability, isolation, and the lurking horror of human savagery within the wilderness. In the chilling narrative of the cannibal's return, the story begins with a horrific discovery: a refrigerator full of human body parts along with weapons and hunting tools stained with dried blood and personal belongings belonging to numerous victims. The group realizes they have unwittingly entered the lair of a psychopathic killer, and while they attempt to escape, their effort is thwarted as they face a grim reality: it's too late. As they attempt to stealthily exit the cabin, their worst fears materialize when a rusted pickup truck arrives, revealing 3 deformed men who are soon identified as inbred cannibalistic mountain men. These killers carry the mutilated bodies of Evan and Francine, shocking the group into hiding as they witness the grotesque scene of the cannibals butchering the corpses for sustenance. One of the killers even displays a monstrous act by consuming an eyeball directly from the skull, intensifying the horror. An accidental noise made by Carly alerts the killers, throwing the group into deeper danger. In the face of imminent peril, the group escapes the cabin and hides in the woods while Chris distracts the prowling killers. His bravery costs him dearly as he is shot in the leg with an arrow, but with Jesse's help he is dragged away before the killers can dispatch him. Though they manage to flee into the forest, the danger of being hunted lingers. Seeking refuge, the group discovers an abandoned watchtower where they find a radio and manage to contact a ranger station. However, their hope is short-lived as the killers set the tower ablaze. With no alternative, the group makes a desperate jump from the tower into the safety of the trees. Scott makes a valiant attempt to draw the killers away, but his efforts end tragically when 3 arrows pierce his body, impaling him to a tree, while his friends can only watch in horror as the killers approach to finish him off. Carly, trying to keep calm after Chris and Jesse drag her to safety, finds herself pursued once more by the killers. In a nail-biting sequence, she panics, and despite Jesse's attempts to escape with her, one of the killers delivers a swift, brutal blow that decapitates Carly, leaving Chris and Jesse reeling in shock and terror. While Wrong Turn unfolds primarily as a survival horror film, its layers of symbolism reveal deeper inquiries into human nature, the struggle between civilization and savagery, and the primal fear of the unknown, ultimately enhancing the haunting narrative and the characters' plight. The woods as a symbol of isolation and fear. The Appalachian wilderness serves as a potent symbol of isolation from civilization in the film. Upon entering the woods, characters find themselves entirely severed from help, devoid of cell service roads or any traces of human presence. As they venture deeper into this primal world, they confront the realization that it is a realm where only the strongest can endure. This setting evokes a palpable sense of fear of the unknown, positioning nature itself as an antagonist. This motif resonates within the horror genre, reminiscent of works like The Blair Witch Project and Deliverance. The cannibals as a symbol of primal instincts and decay. The mutant cannibals in the narrative represent an embodiment of humanity's darkest instincts. Living by pure survival instincts, these beings have wholly forsaken the tenets of modern civilization. Their grotesque deformities, resultants of generations of inbreeding, illustrate the repercussions of societal isolation and regression. The film communicates a profound message regarding the fragility of civilization. When faced with adversity, anyone could revert to a more primal, violent state. The existence of the cannibals serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the consequences of abandoning morality and societal structure. The barbed wire trap as a symbol of entrapment. A crucial moment in the film occurs when the characters encounter a barbed wire trap that shatters their tires and compels them deeper into the woods. Barbed wire, often associated with war zones and prisons, evokes a sense of entrapment and control. This instance symbolizes a pivotal loss of autonomy for the characters. From this juncture onward, they become mere prey within the cannibals' hunting grounds. This moment can also be interpreted as a symbol of fate, denoting that once Chris and the others hit the trap, their destinies are sealed irrevocably. The cannibal's cabin as a symbol of perversion of home. Traditionally, a house signifies safety and warmth, yet the cannibal's cabin starkly contrasts this idea, emerging as a house of horrors. Rather than being filled with family photographs and comfort, the cabin boasts human remains, stolen goods, and torture devices. This twist defies audience expectations, transforming a presumed shelter into a deadly entrapment. This theme resonates with a classic horror trope vividly illustrated in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where a seemingly safe space devolves into a nightmare. It taps into the deep-seated fear that even the most secure places can transform into locales of terror, enhancing the film's overall sense of dread. Carly's death as a symbol of hopelessness. Carly stands out as one of the last survivors in a dire situation. Just as she begins to believe she has found safety, her life is shattered when she is decapitated in a swift and brutal motion. This shocking moment epitomizes the overarching theme of hopelessness pervasive throughout the narrative. It highlights the cruel reality that even those who display resilience and determination can be snuffed out in an instant. Carly's beheading serves as a stark metaphor for the suddenness of death in life, underlining the unpredictability that characterizes their perilous existence. It further emphasizes the notion that the cannibals lurking in the shadows are perpetually several steps ahead of their prey, reinforcing the feeling of inescapable doom. Chris as a symbol of rationality vs. instinct. In contrast to Carly, Chris emerges as the lone outsider among the group, as he wasn't originally part of their camping expedition. However, he quickly assumes a leadership role, distinguished by his capacity for strategic thought. Chris approaches their harrowing situation with a tactical mindset, seeking to outmaneuver the cannibals instead of succumbing to baseless fear. His evolving character arc illustrates a compelling transformation. By the story's climax, he willingly embraces violence as a necessary means of survival. This shift underscores a critical theme. The film posits that survival often demands a certain adaptability. Chris's ability to merge rational thought with primal instinct suggests a disturbing yet realistic perspective that civilized individuals can descend into savagery when pushed to the brink. Fire as a symbol of cleansing and rebirth. As the film reaches its conclusion, Chris confronts the horrors faced by igniting a fire that consumes the cannibal's cabin. Fire, emblematic of purification in many narratives, symbolizes an attempt to rid the world of evil and foster a fresh beginning. However, the film leaves viewers with a chilling revelation. Amid the destruction, one cannibal manages to survive. This twist serves as a poignant reminder that while fire represents Chris's desire to obliterate the trauma he has experienced, it also illustrates a grim reality that evil is not easily eradicated and can endure even the most desperate efforts of erasure. Final thoughts: the deeper themes of Wrong Turn. Ultimately, Wrong Turn transcends its surface-level gore and frights. Beneath these elements lies a rich tapestry of profound themes, exploring the depths of human instinct, the duality of survival, and the persistent shadow of evil. The film invites viewers to ponder the resilience required to face insurmountable odds and the inherent darkness that can surface when society's rules slip away. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.